Should be good. All right, Shalom Israel. Let us start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, and Kakwadash, the B'wanas to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to like Abdir, doing his work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. All right, and today, we just want to get into a quick topic, just based upon, everything that's going on right now, with the White House, whatever you want to call it, mockery, buffoonery, things in which Esau set up. And pretty much, this topic is going to be, smoke and mirrors, or the Hegelian dialectic. All right. And as you can probably see, or should be able to see, up on the screen, the short diagram of the Hegelian dialectic. We're just going to get into it. So we're just going to get into it a little bit and just break it down, through the spirit. All right.
So this is the Hegelian dialectic. It says usually presented in a threefold manner, was stated by Heinrich Moritz Kalibus as comprising three dialectical stages of development.
Mm-hmm.
A thesis giving rise to its reaction, an antithesis which contradicts or negates the thesis, and the tension between the two being resolved by means of a synthesis.
Yeah, so getting into this, Hegelian dialectic, all this really pretty much is the problem, reaction, solution, and that's what this theory pretty much comes from, the Hegelian dialectic. Because when you get into it, pretty much this Edomite, this German philosopher, G.W.F. Hegel, he pretty much stole some information from Plato, and he basically used that information and just enhanced it. Because we know that this is what Esau do. You can grab that Psalms 64, diligent search, because we know that that's what Esau do. And what do? When we go and we look into certain information, we're doing research, right? So we research the research. So Esau researches. They take it to the 10th degree and they amplify it, for their ultimate wickedness. When we learn things in the spirit, we adding on or researching for righteousness to bring the truth out. But Esau is doing it to more so bring about his agenda, because there's always an agenda with Esau, Go ahead.
This is Psalms chapter 64. I'll start at 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter.
Mm-hmm.
They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
Mm-hmm.
They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Exactly. And that's what this all boils down to. Them just getting into things that just shouldn't be,
right.
For their agenda to ultimately put the presses more on the people so that they can fold into their will. Right. And when you look at the thing up on the screen, the Hegelian dialectic says what agenda? Centralization of power. So that's their ultimate goal, the centralization of power, or AKA the New World Order, right? The One World Order, the thesis. So from their agenda, they got to create what that thesis, the manufactured terrorist threat. You know what I'm saying? So we saw what is manufactured is something that you make on your own, a place or thing where something is being produced. So you clearly see from the different footage and the videos in there that those people were clearly let in, to the damn White House, man. There was no real mass hysteria how they claimed it to be or how they try to make it to be, but yet all people could see is the crowds of people, and that's the smoke screen, because people can't see past the smoke screen. As soon as they see chaos, all they see is chaos.
Right.
They don't see the little idiosyncrasies all in the midst of it. But with Esau, that's what you have to pay attention to. They saying that the one woman that got shot or whatever, trying to make it look all dramatic, with her laying there and you see the blood and all that. Come on, man. These are crisis actors, man. These are crisis actors. and then one of the things you see is Edomite with the big beard, and he had on something that said something like Hitler or Auschwitz or something like that. So it's trying to show you what type of they're leading you with this. Like when you're in the courtroom, and you know the one of the lawyers or the prosecutor is going too far or something, they would say object. He'd be like leading. You know what I'm saying? Or like objection, Your Honor, he's leading. You're like sustained or whatever the case may be, because you're not supposed to lead a person on to say a certain thing or to think a certain thing, man. You know, but that's what Esau does. Esau leads you on to thinking that this is what it is, when really all it is a smoke screen that they're putting up for their ultimate agenda. You know, and from that, you know, the antithesis, you know, that's pretty much what repressive police state, right? Repressive police state. So they set that in place. And then the synthesis, which is the ultimate goal: removal of freedoms, transfer of power from the many to the few. Okay? And that's Esau's ultimate agenda when it comes down to this Hegelian dialectic, man. Everything is to set their plays in place, you know, for their ultimate goal. And we know that it's ultimately for us, because what is Esau trying to do? They're trying to stop the Most High from doing what he got to do. But this is all a part of the Most High's plan to ultimately bring Esau down and to bring us closer to the kingdom. You know, while the rest of the people is in mass hysteria, not knowing what the hell is going on, lost out of their mind. You know? Yeah, let me grab Psalms 10 real quick. It's the book of Psalms, Psalms 10 and 9, and it says, "He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net." Whew. That's what it is. All it is to capture your attention, to take your focal point off of other things and what's going on. So when what we got going on now, we know that we got everything brewing about what the vaccines and the Jovid-18, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. It's already mass hysteria going on right now. So now with all this election stuff, Trump and so on and so forth, now you create some more mass hysteria. So the government is trying to create a situation where, hey, we got too much going on right now. We're already on a so-called martial law, medical martial law to a degree, which is about to heighten within the near future. Now, this is going to be the reason more so why, because of the so-called civil unrest, for them to bring on more of the National Guard and things like that to really put this into a full-blown police state, as we see in TV shows like Colony and things like that, you know?
And ever since this guy Joe Biden, if you watch a lot of his speeches, he'll always say, "This is going to be a dark winter. This is going to be a dark winter." Mm-hmm. Now, when you look up a dark winter, which you know what, I'm just looking it up real quick. What is a dark winter? You know, and like the brother Shaw always goes into, and he say the devil is in the details. Okay, it's like signing a damn contract with E. You gotta read the fine print, because he tell you what's he up to. Mm-hmm. All right, so it says Operation Dark Winter, which it was from June 22nd, 2001 to June 23rd, 2001. What's that? Well, like 5 months before the 9/11 attack. All right, so Esau, in which that brought in change. So Esau is about change, man. Mm-hmm. So it says Operation Dark Winter was the code name for a senior level bioterrorism attack simulation conducted on June 22nd to 23rd, 2001. It was designed to carry out a mock version of a covert and widespread smallpox attack on the United States. You know, and as they call this is the worst pandemic the world has ever seen since what, the Spanish flu. Mm-hmm. You know, so this is their agenda, and like the brother, like the brother was breaking down the Hegelian dialectic. A really good show for brothers to watch is that show House of Cards.
Yeah.
That's the perfect show to show you how this devil works, because he wants to be president, but he has to move the cards to where he has to move the cards to where you want him to be the president.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the perfect show that the brother mentioned, and because that definitely is an excellent show, and it gives you. We already know, how these crooks, these politicians, and the government and everything already works, but that show actually gives you, blow by blow of how things are really done, and everything is done. How they say, quid pro quo.
Mm-hmm.
It basically means something for something. Okay, you need this, so or I need this and you need this. Like we exchange in favors. Everything is favor for a favor basis, and everyone is trying to hold something over someone else to get somewhere or to force their power upon somebody. It's nothing more than a game, a game that the elites ultimately control. And this is why, we ultimately don't know what's going to happen. But as far as, the whole candidacy or different things like that. But this is why a lot of people are trying to say that Trump could possibly still be in office, because within the next however long, how many days he got to be out, we don't know what could happen. They could say, we're at war, and they could keep the President Trump currently in, because that's one move that Frank Underwood did in that show, The House of Cards, before he had to give up his presidency, and things like that. He declared war so that he could stay in place, man. And so that administrations couldn't change over and different things like that. So you never know what can ultimately happen with this devil. We just know that we gotta prepare for the worst time that's ever to hit the world, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah, Yeah, just grab this real quick. Yeah, you can break it down to some basic. Psalms 58:2. Yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the balance of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb; they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Right, and like you weigh the balance of your hands in the earth. This is why Esau does, particularly like we just read about Operation Dark Winter. This devil killed Gates. He had did an interview. I can't remember who he did an interview with, but basically he was going into how he has a vaccine that's going to kill off so many people, and he couldn't hold back that smile. So this is what these devils do, man. They weigh their violence in the earth. All right, how many people is this going to kill? All right, this is not killing enough people. We got to, increase the strain,
Mm-hmm. Verse 4, their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth the ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely.
Right, because there's no objections. There's no reasoning. This devil won't allow reason.
Yeah.
Here it is. Anybody on YouTube or that's saying something against him, you get locked out.
Mm-hmm.
But in the true court of law, like the brother was going into, you have a prosecutor, and then you have a defense attorney. Everybody has their side, But the Heavenly Father's a judge, man. And when he comes back, he's going to be on our side.
Mm-hmm. This is Job 20:11. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat in his bowels is turned, it is the gall of ass within him. So pretty much, everything that Esau does, we can't believe whatever press conferences, different talks, the media, we know that everything is systematically controlled. So we're not to go by anything in which they say. Everybody else is eating, every single little word up, man. People are clearly blind. And that's why, like, that deaf adder that stoppeth the ear, because once people see a scenario happen and it looks like chaos, it looks like pandemonium, and then they put everything out there with the media, people are just frozen. Because within America, You're taught how to think. You're being trained how to think. How I got into the example with leading, you're led on how to think by them creating these certain scenarios. Now that formulates the way that you should think, or the way they try to make it to where, okay, well, you have to think this way in order for it to be a right situation. This is the right, okay, we want you to go this way. This is the right way to do it. No, this is the right way to think. No, it's not. Why? Because they're training you, but people are too dumbed down to see it. This is why, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemiah Shah, the Lord have truly opened up our mind, to be able to see these things. But the people are not knocking at the Lord's door for them to see, as we see things. Even these so-called people who claim themselves to be woke. Hey, how woke can you be if you don't know Yahweh Shemiah Shah? You got something else?
Yeah, this is Proverbs chapter 4, starting at verse 11. I have taught thee in the ways of wisdom. I have led thee in right paths. When thou goest, thy steps shall be straitened, and when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble. Take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go. Keep her, for she is thy life. Okay? Yahweh Shemiah Shah teaches us righteousness, man. He teaches us how this life's supposed to be. Like the brother said, this devil pushes, he has you in a damn smoke and mirrors, man. As a matter of fact, even to this very day, Esau is literally pushing reality in front of your face, man. PlayStation VR, PS5, you know what I'm saying? You sit home and watching TV all day, But this is true life, this word. But it says, enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. And you have to have a skeptical mindset, because this devil will push it off as if it's beneficial to you, just as he did of old. The scriptures say he's as the sins of his youth. For they sleep not, except avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall. Mm-hmm. For they eat the bread of wickedness, and drink the wine of violence. Okay? So it's only right that when they open their mouth, that's what you're gonna smell, man. Yeah. You're gonna smell the alcohol in their breath, man.
Mm-hmm. And I just want to show some. Hopefully, it could be fully showed up on screen. Matter of fact, let me see if I can try to download this real quick. This other one image. 1 second. Hopefully it's saved. Alright, yeah. This image, hopefully it's shown up here. I'm gonna read it. I know you probably can't see it all the way, but this image. And this image shows says modern Satanism's sex. And it was another diagram of the Hegelian dialectic, because it's already problem, reaction, solution. That's a trifecta. So when they trifecta, they do the triangle with that, and it's like a upside. It's like two triangles, or like a what's those things? The hourglass. Hourglass, how it's shaped, but they use it in the form of triangles, and it's like they on one end, and they turn it upside down, and they're just waiting for everything to come down that they originally set up. You know what I'm saying? It's like a funnel, basically, right. A triangle funnel through Satanism that they set up. And this modern Satanism sects, it says sect, the left-wing politics. It says methods: appeal to authority through misplaced compassion and security of common needs. That's what they do. Okay, you got Jovid 18 going on. Hey, well, we really care about the American people. We're going to get as much vaccines out there as soon as possible. We hope to get 70% of the population vaccinated by the summertime, so that we can get to a fresh start around the springtime. That's what Fauci was saying, something similar to that. I was watching him the other day, right? And it says, focusing too much on common good at expense of individual rights. Hallmarks of right brain dominance and balance. So it shows you pretty much how they doing these different things to try to confuse different parts of your brain. There's ways that this once again they accomplish a diligent search because they're finding ways to try to manipulate the way your brain ticks, basically, to get your thoughts completely off. This is why we know that it's truly a spiritual fight. Matter of fact, grab that yeah. And also because what the scriptures say, the weapons of our warfare, are not carnal but spiritual, because a carnal person can't get past certain things, that Esau has in place, because how he works on the mind, how he try to works on the minds of the people, God.
Ephesians 6:11, 6 and 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
How you going to be able to withstand the wiles of Satan, if you're not in the spirit, man? How are you truly going to be able to escape that? Because, like I was saying, the ones who think they're actually woke, they're still caught up in the trap, because most of them think that the way out is go against the government. We ain't on it like that. We fighting with the spirit of the Lord's mouth, and that's these scriptures. We not trying to go out there physically do nothing to Esau, or go out and like we're gonna bang with Esau, none of that. But these people who call themselves woke, they're out there protesting. Yeah, we gotta go up there as black people. We been sitting around. That's what I heard the other day, yesterday. Yeah, we been sitting around too long. Black people, we talk too much. We just gotta go out there and do, man. You gotta be willing to duff it. For what? What are you really going to do? What are you really going to do when Esau, they got every single thing, man? Everything was in their favor within this world right now. The only defense that we have is the spirit, man. You have no other defenses, because the Lord is not going to allow no one to take his glory. He wants that glory, and it's his time. It's Yahweh and Yahweh Shah's time, man. Let me read a little more on this before you go on. Continuing on with the on a left-wing politics. Now it says social manifestations after those first few things, right? Because those were the methods of the left wing. Now these are the social manifestations, because we're going through the social manifestations now. That's why you're getting the reactions and different things like that, right? False notions of equality. Where's that coming from? Because everybody's saying, well, if it was black people who was going up there, we'd have all been shut down. Or why are we not treated equal? And false notions of equality. Everybody is now black people saying, I want to be treated equal. I want to be this. And then you have other heathens, that are trying to defend, say, yeah, we should all be equal. But, you know what I'm saying? We know what time it is already, right? False notions of equality, democracy, Fabian democratic socialism, so on and so forth, right? And the ultimate goal is human slavery, which we know is through the RFID chip. Now, this is the right-wing politics. It says, method, appeal to authority through selfishness and security of individual desires. That's what they do. This is why people looking at Trump like, yo, you selfish, you're a racist, you just going after your own for this and this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? This is why you and companies like Amazon only pay $100-something in taxes, when people don't understand how America is set up and how America is a corporation, and you get the best tax benefits as a corporation or as a business. You know what I'm saying? Focusing too much on selfish concerns at the expense of true common good, hallmarks of left brain dominance and balance. And once again, that's the trickery on that side. Social manifestations, false notions of rights, monarchy, limited government, crony capitalism, corporatism, national socialism, fascism, ultimate goal, human slavery. So we see how the left and the right, is basically working on the left and the right hemispheres of your brain to ultimately cause that trickery for you to think, and for them to lead you on to think how they want you to think, leaving you to be the ultimate slave, man. But it's ultimately going to come through the RFID chip, ultimately. But you are already slaved out. Go ahead.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
how would Esau be able to do this if he's not of high spiritual wickedness? Who actually thinks like this? Only mad men think like this. Esau, Edomites, they think like this. You know? Israel is a peaceful people. We know how we are. But since time immemorial, this damn devil has been doing nothing but treachery, trickery, fuckery, whatever you want to call it, you know, to bring down everybody, along with his damn self, man. He's going to bring down his own self, trying to bring us down, man. You know? How much more destructive can you get? You know? What's more on
that? Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand.
Exactly, and that's what we're doing. That's why, you know, we in tune with what's going on, you know, and we're hastening, you know, the coming of the Lord to allow these things to come to pass, because the more these people panic, the more our faith, you know, needs to be upped, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? As we get closer and closer to that ultimate time where we could be taken off the streets, where as far as we're not going to be able to teach, we might be pulled out of our homes, so on and so forth, locked up, falsely accused of this, is that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? It's all in play. It's all in play, you know? And and Trump happens to be the scapegoat for it, while making Biden, you know, America's hero, look so great. You know what I mean? Right. This gives people the opportunity to cheer Biden on that much more. Biden, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of time these people on, man. But you got something else?
Yeah, like you said, man, this shit is upside down, man. So really, if you was on your right, I mean, really, Trump would be better for you. But hey, man, this place gotta fall. You know, the agenda is the RFID chip, and then nuclear missiles, man, and then Israel to rule. So you really don't have no choice but to get up out of this place, as the scriptures tell us. You know, it's just which way you want to go.
Yeah. So with that, we hope this segment was edifying. You know, Smoke and Mirrors, Hegelian dialectic. You know, I'll read it again. You know, the agenda: centralization of power. Thesis: manufactured terroristic threat. You know, antithesis: repressive police state, which is in the works. Synthesis: removal of freedoms. You know, through medically, what they're doing now. You know, going to be doing it physically, you know what I'm saying, with all of the violence that's so-called violence is going on right now, and transfer of power from the many to the few, so that you have no options, you have no freedoms, so that power is truly centralized for all their benefit, you know, that one world order. So with that, we hope this segment was edifying. We'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, HaKakodash, the Fawanas to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to like out there, doing this work of faith and live love and true sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.